Guys, welcome back to the Northeast Florida Surf Fishing Forecast for 23rd through the 25th up into Thanksgiving. First off, we'll start by saying there were pompano caught in Northeast Florida on Monday afternoon, so all hope is not lost if you cannot make the travel south. On the negative side is if you've walked outside today, it's cold, and that's not going to be good for our water temperatures. In fact, the water temperatures as of yesterday in Jax Beach had actually risen up to 67 degrees again. Flagler 70, and up in Fernandina is around 64, 65. So if we'd have stayed at that 67 degree mark since that last northeaster we had that was really bad, we'd be catching a lot of pompano up here. But if you remember, it dropped down all the way to 63, and a lot of the schools of pompano scooted south, but there are still some coming. What's up, Mark? Nice whiting were caught yesterday in the Northeast Florida area. But today, like I said, if you walk outside, man, it was hardly no wind yesterday, and now I looked at about 7 this morning. The temperature was 51. It's currently 48, so the temperature is actually dropping. So if you're going out today, hey, Mitch, if you're going out today, you know the drill. If you're a Floridian, you better dress warm. Only problem is they're calling for winds, and they're already cranking up at the pier. I looked. What's up, Ryan? Good morning. It's northwest right now, 17 at the pier, and it's actually supposed to get stronger through the day, up to possible 30-mile gusts. So they're saying 15 to 25. Hey, James, ain't no fishing again today, it looks like. And surf, they're calling for 4 to 5 foot surf up here in Northeast Florida. And looking at the beach cams and the pier cams, the surf is already up quite a bit. And then looking into Tuesday, or it is Tuesday, looking into Wednesday, northeast 10 to 20. So the surf's still going to be pretty decent. And on Thanksgiving Day, of course, when Thanksgiving's here and everybody's eating turkey, but there will be people fishing. The wind's supposed to be northeast to east 5 to 10. So the next 3 days, honestly, Thanksgiving Day looks like to be the best day. But if you go today, you better find an inlet, try to fish inside an inlet. There are pompano in the inlets. There are whiting. Further south you go, you get some of the deeper troughs. You can fish that at the high tide. With your Sputniks, that trough that's up along the beach, the further south you go is really good. Yeah, Mark and Ryan, yes, Saturday looks good. So I want to say light west winds. What's crazy is a video on Facebook popped up. You know how you have Facebook memories from last year at this time. I was wading out in the water, catching tons of sand fleas. There are people swimming everywhere. There were surfers surfing without their bodysuits and wetsuits. That's not the case. Every surfer I've seen the last week, they all have their wetsuits on. So what a difference a year makes. And in fact, a lot of the old logs I have from the late 90s in the pier and early 2000s, we actually used to have winters. There were winters where the water temperature up at the pier, 53, 54 degrees sometimes. We haven't seen that in a long time. So hopefully it doesn't get to that, because when it did that, there was literally no fish biting, not even the sheephead. It was mainly stingrays and pufferfish. We don't really need that. In the river, sheephead bite's been on. So you better call your bait shops, ask them when they're getting their fiddlers in, and as soon as they get them in, you better go get you a cork. Hey, Kathy, no fishing in Flagler today, right? Is it blowing down there too? So when you guys do get a chance to fish this week, it really looks like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday are going to be the days. Maybe Friday, while everybody's out Black Friday shopping, you can be filling a cooler with some whiting and pompano. That's a better plan. But the pompano, saw what Chip said. They're hitting crab knuckles, hitting clam, hitting the fresh shrimp, tipped with fish bites. And, and further south you go, you're going to find the sand fleas. They haven't buried down here in Jax Beach and such, in Ponte Vedra, where I have been finding them. They are really deep now. I watched one of the sandpipers He found one, but it was small. Ryan, I would go to Flagler. The water temperature's 70 there, Flagler, Ormond area, the Ormond Beach area. That's where I would look. That 70-degree water temp mark is a good indication of where you're going to find the pompano. Look for clean water, 70-degree water, and you're probably going to find a lot of pompano. And if further south in the Flagler, Ormond area, if it's anything like up here, the orange floats have been producing better than any other colored float here lately. When I was on the beach a few weeks ago, that's what the orange float was getting more hits than any of the other colors. And I saw where Chip said, yep, that's right, Mitch, yeah. So there are plenty of sand fleas in Flagler. That's where Larry, Mr. Pompano, is catching his bait. I saw he put a video on Facebook last night. He had a ton of sand fleas, and that was some Flagler coquina mixed in with them. So no problem, Ryan. When you do catch some fish, let us know. We'll put it on the report. That's about all I got, guys. I'm trying to think. I did see a few reds were caught over the weekend as well, so there's still redfish in the surf. The mullet have really thinned out up here. I have not seen any mullet the last probably 5 days in the surf. I mean, there's still probably a few. There's still some in the river, so they still got to come out. But for the most part, it looks like our mullet run is done, and they'll be further south of us. So it's sad to see it go, but we'll see them back again in the spring. If you got any questions or comments, leave them. If you catch any fish today, let me know. If you go out and fish, let me know, and let me know the conditions. Hey, no problem, Mark. It's a hobby. You know, it's fun to do this stuff. I love to fish and help others, so hopefully everybody will get out there. Oh, you didn't bring your sand flea rake. You better use your hand in. If you don't know it, being a landscaper, a lot of times my nails will get real dirty, and the best way to clean them is actually digging for sand fleas. That sand cleans out all the dirt. A little do it yourself tip, but most people won't do it because I'll tell you one thing, it does hurt when you're scooping and you get a shell. That doesn't feel too great. You know, that can ruin a sand flea dig real fast. But we'll see y'all guys later. Stay warm, go catch some fish. If you do hit the river, days like this, the trout should be fired up, guys, the speckled trout. Like Kathy said, lures, live shrimp on the float, they should be eaten. Catch y'all later.